Hey guys and dolls, and welcome back to my channel. You're here with all things about Karen. Bienvenidos a mi canal de YouTube. Hey guys, how are you? Well, as you can see right now, I'm in my car. I'm on my way to pick up the hubs. And in the same token, I gotta heat up the vehicle because I haven't moved it. I just finished showering, grooming, and all that great stuff. And then this is all. I lathered my face with Vaseline because I have other creams and stuff for the face. But you know what? Vaseline is good. Women back in the day used to use Vaseline for everything. And their skin had no wrinkles, no dryness, no anything. So I got out the shower and, yeah. So I oiled my body and stuff like that. So, and now some hand sanitizer. Even though I sanitized this whole thing here. Maybe that's not sanitary, but I'll do it again. So this video is gonna be a little bit more intimate, or maybe just I don't know. Sometimes I think a lot. I'm the type of person that I think a lot. And I guess being home all the time, even though I've been home all the time, it's a little bit more, you think more and you kind of process things more and whatnot. Sometimes, and you know what? My mom is always watching my videos and she's always snooping, which is fine. So whatever I say, Mom, hi. If you want to call me and curse me out later, it is what it is. I don't care. You always do it. So, guys, the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't have the best communicative mother. Okay, we clash. We're like oil and vinegar. We clash. I love her to death. Like I always preach, we only have one mother, etc., etc. But you know what? I'm 40 years old. And, all my life I've tried to prove that lady, tried to do things that made her happy. I went into the army, I did my studies, I did a lot of stuff, and always trying to make her approve, look for approval. And to this day, it's like all in vain. Not all in vain, but it's just sometimes I'm like, it's just, basically, I'm here alone in this world. My dad died at 45. And now I have my 3 boys. But, they spread the wings and, leaving or whatever the case may be. But it's not that I feel lonely. That's not the word. Because I have my husband, I have my dog. I have a lot of love and support, My son the other day posted on Facebook, he was bored. But he made good sense. He said, no matter how much love and family I have around me, basically he felt lonely, depressed, whatever he was feeling. But I understand him. In my case is, I don't miss my mom. I don't miss my brother. I don't miss none of them. I really don't. The only thing that I have inside of me, and I needed to take this out, it's anger. Anger, and a lot of anger. And I know some of you is going to be like, pray to God. I do pray. I fear God and I respect God. I'm a fearing God, God-fearing woman. Lately I haven't been to church, but when I do, I've read the Bible and, I know the Bible. And it says, honor thy mother and thy father for your years to be long. But in the bottom, it also says, do not provoke thy children. And that's what parents sometimes fail to see. I'm the type of parent that I also, I'm strict with my kids, but I love them and I try. And I do say I love you every day to my kids. And I you know, my kids never need for anything. They know they could come talk to me. They know what I hate is liars and, teenagers. Because, they in that age group, 25 and under. So sometimes I just feel like I hate when they lie to me or they hide stuff. But that's the age that they're in. And that's why we clash now, I used to be even more like of a friend. But I saw that they were not listening to me. And, not listening to me. But it was not healthy. You just being friends with your kids. And now it's like sometimes they hate me, and it's fine. That means I'm doing my job. Not too long ago I had a big blowout with my youngest, and, he moved out, and by all means he could do that because he's an adult now. He's 19. Yeah, 19. Yes, he's 19. He just moved out 2 months ago. And, 2 months ago, sorry guys. 2 months ago, my oldest lives, about 45 minutes away from me. I barely see him. He barely comes to visit. And the only one that I have now still is my son Jason, who has my granddaughter. He stays with me, but now I think he's looking for an apartment because I tell you, I bought this house from my family, and now nobody wants to go because it's far as in the country. But it's okay. I will enjoy every second of it. It's my mini mansion, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, yard, everything. So it's fine. I'll make each room into something, It's fine. But it saddens me because I've always told my kids and taught my kids, the sky's the limit. And no matter who they're with, no matter what, they're men. And I always told my kids, it has nothing to do with race, so don't get this twisted. But I tell my kids, you guys are Puerto Rican men. Okay? No, I mean, I tried to raise men, but we women can't, we could only try. And their fathers were absentees, and not always there, so... And it's fine, because I never needed them bastards anyway. The whole point to this is that at this present time in my life, I'm happy, I'm blessed. I have so many good things coming for me. Many projects, new projects coming on, which I'm not going to divulge yet. But I did divulge the house. It's just, I'm very angry with my mother. Because my mother is not the type of woman to say I love you. But meanwhile, she always says I love you to my brothers, and that's my biological mother, because I know you guys, the last time they said, oh, I said my mom passed away, but that was my ex-mother-in-law who been with me since I was 23, so I consider her my mom because I could call that woman and she would give me nothing but good advice, like my grandmother, may God rest her soul. These two women were wise women, and I missed them dearly. I missed that I could call them. And they always say, like my mother-in-law used to say, hey, girlie. Hey, girl, you. How are you? And whenever I say something to her, she would give me good advice. Or she would, just give me her wisdom. If I call my mother, let's go, we're leaving. If I call my mother, my biological mother, my birth giver, she starts, it's always, I told you so. It's always something. And lately, I've seen myself that I'm turning into her, and I don't want to turn into her, and I feel that that's one of the reasons why my kids sometimes be like, because she's such a negative Nancy. Hi, Mom. I know you're watching. It's okay. It's just weird. I used to tell my grandmother all the time, and one time my grandmother said, I don't know why she's like that. And let me tell you, my grandmother was so soft-spoken and such a wonderful woman. And not saying that my mother's not a wonderful woman. She's a very smart woman. Very smart woman. We just clash. And I could say a lot of things as to why we clash. But that's for another video. But I needed to get this out because I go through therapy and stuff. I don't know. It just doesn't help. You know? Maybe I just... You know, and I've been wanting to... You know, it's like sometimes you just want to talk and yell about it or... whatever the case may be. So, I feel alone in the world, you know, and one thing is because my mom has made me feel so shitty, like such a shitty person, you know. She has gone to tell my kids in the past, oh, your mother don't love you. To this day, she tries to control everything. And like she tells my son what to do, what not to do. You're the grandmother, you're not the mother, you know? It is what it is. And she's just so controlling. And then instead of her being on my side, like when my kids tell their daughter something, I don't undermine them. You know what I mean? I hug her or whatever the case may be, but I do not undermine them in front of her. I've asked my mom so many times for help with my kids on certain things, you know, because they're boys in the past. Every boy has had fights, you know, in the streets, whatever the case may be.